Hello, so I thought I'd make a video just showing these ratchets that I bought. So they're by Neilsen, swivel head ratchets. We've got a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch. And I thought I'd kind of tell you the good and the bad and why I'm returning one of them. So the good things are 72 teeth ratchets, nice looking comfort grip handle, and they're cheap. You know, I think that was $10.44 off eBay, that was $10.50, you know, delivered. So very cheap. But the trouble is, the 1/4 inch, the mechanism is incredibly stiff. So the weight of the ratchet, it won't turn it, you know, it's doable. But if you're in a tight space, it would be one of them that when you crack the bolt loose or you're trying to do it up, if there's not a lot of resistance on the thread, then you'll just be turning it back and forth unless you can hold the socket, you know, which in a tight space where you can only get the ratchet head in, you know, not ideal. Also, the handle on this wasn't too secure. You know, you could just twist it off relatively without too much trouble. Yeah, so not the best, but I have secured it now. I'll tell you that in a second how I did that. But this one, yeah, that's really bad. You know, you can push it off with just one hand. Yeah, that's really bad. So loose handle issue. But this one, the mechanism isn't quite as stiff, or at least it doesn't feel as stiff, maybe because it's a larger anvil, but I think it does feel lighter. Yeah, push button release, you know. But yeah, just handle don't hold. So I don't know if I just was unlucky, but the fact that that one also wasn't too secure does make me think that, yeah, must be a bit of a design flaw with these, which is a shame, you know, because they're very, very cheap and overall look quite good. But yeah, it just lets it down. So as I said, I'd let you know how I secured this handle. So what I did was I pulled off the handle, clamped it in the vise, got a punch and dimpled sort of 4 holes along the shaft in 4 different places. And then I poured super glue round in here and then put it back on, put it down on the vise, on the bench, sorry, got a rubber mallet and just bashed it in until it went all the way in. And yeah, that was that. It was good then. So yeah, this one, I'm confident that with a 1/4 inch, it was a tighter fitting handle. I'm not going to put too much force through it. So I think that'll be fine. But yeah, this one's going to go back because, yeah, I just don't really trust it. But while we're talking about swivel head ratchets, I might as well show you the other ones I've got as a comparison. So you've got these Expert by Facom. Now they're quite a bit more expensive. I believe this is maybe 2 to 3 times the price of that 1/4 inch. You know, so it is obviously a bit more, but it's slimmer in its design. It's not push button release, which I like. It's a way lighter mechanism, which is nice. You know, the weight of it will just fall down. And yeah, just I think definitely worth the extra dosh, in my opinion. I'll just bring them down a bit so you can see. And then I've also got the 3/8 version, which is far larger than that. Also slimmer design, because it mainly really a lot of it is because of this bit bulging up, but same again, you know, lighter mechanism, just a much better made thing. I can't remember how much the 3/8 ones are at the moment, but I think they're again considerably more than this. You know, this might be maybe 4 times the price of that, to be honest. Depends, maybe 3 or 4 times, whereas that's like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, these are definitely better. But yeah, just thought I'd show them. Yeah, it's just a shame about the handles, really. I mean, the stiff mechanisms, you know, you can live with that, I would say, especially if you're working in open spaces most of the time, which I think most people probably are. But yeah, just a shame about the handles. So yeah, I thought I'd just make a video and show that. Maybe it can help someone make a good purchase decision, or hopefully Neilsen would address the issue. You know, that would be the best thing. If they could maybe lighten up the springs for the ratchet mechanisms and secure the handles better, maybe change the mold a bit so they're a bit tighter or do something, then they'd be on to a real winner. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.